As I tune into the self-sensing nature of my body, I come to calm and quiet, and I notice an urge arises to move from within. And then I simply follow that urge. I follow the urge with curiosity and allow that to take me on a journey. An emerging process that would never have been possible without Stephen Levin's Biotensegrity, fascia research, fascial anatomy, and of course, somatic inquiry, the experience of sensing ourselves from within. And I'll never forget that aha moment that happened for me 15 years ago. It was the start of my journey with fascia and what Stephen called tensegrity at the time. I couldn't quite understand all of it. It was very new to me, going from anatomy of parts to the anatomy of wholeness. It was difficult to get my head round. But when I went into sensation and the somatic experience of that, I felt it. And I'll never forget that moment. There I was, standing, tuning, sensing inward, and finding an inner ease within my body, allowing myself to shape change from within. And then there was a moment that I describe as integrity, a sense of wholeness, body and mind as one. And from a tensegrity perspective, the body felt like it was being held. There was no effort, there was no strain. It was standing with ease. There was no core stability, there was a spontaneous stability. And at the time that I felt it, I was in my Pilates training. We were experiencing Pilates through a different lens, and yet still focusing on the core of the body. And of course, we discovered that there is no separate core. Stephen Levin's Biotensegrity had arrived in my body. The moment I experienced spontaneous stability, there was a paradigm shift. It was a quantum moment. There was so much that happened in that one moment that began my journey along a path of connecting with this blueprint from within. I moved away from prescribed movement patterns and began to follow the urge from within my body. And to deepen the awareness, the education really matters. And that curiosity to learn what's happening in our body. Why do I feel revitalized? Why is my body moving in this spiral motion? Now I experience a coaxing or a pulsing motion. And I wonder why that's happening. Graham Scar's description of cross-linking, close packing, and chirality really helped me to understand some of the movements. That there's shape changing, there's no stretching. Yeah, there's definitely no stretching. It feels sometimes like there's an unwinding motion. There is coaxing, pulsing, oscillation that arises. What else arises with that is clapping, sound, kind of bouncing, just movements I never imagined would happen. And after that process, I have the urge to climb, to jump, to run. It's as if my body has recharged. And above just the movement, there is a process of awareness that deepens. The sense that we are nature. There is an urge to be outdoors, So this practice compels me to spend more time in nature. There is a heightened awareness of the patterns in nature. So as I continue on my journey, I'm always looking to integrate the language of felt sense with the language of physics or science without losing the experience of wholeness. So I just want to honor everyone who I connect with in this community, that we all have an inner wisdom, and one of my greatest realizations is it's that curiosity that brings us together.